What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm pretty excited about this video. Excuse my voice and my sniffling if you guys can pick up on that. I'm getting over a cold. I think I got myself sick from being out here so much, but want to come out here today because it's still pretty cold out, but it's 44 degrees right now, which probably for some of you seems still pretty crazy low. But just yesterday when I woke up in the morning, it was almost 10 below zero, and it only got up to the single digits yesterday. So comparatively speaking to yesterday, today actually feels pretty good being 44 degrees. But as for the video, this is long overdue, and I want to come out here and do this because I have a pretty fun video that I'm planning on recording right after this, which kind of go hand in hand. But if you couldn't tell by the title already, I put a new driver in the bag. So a couple weeks ago, I picked up a new to me used driver, really good condition, online. As for the old one that you guys have seen, I started off on the channel with the black TaylorMade RBZ driver. You guys saw that driver in the earlier videos. That was a 10.5 degree driver. I experimented throughout that. I played with that for a good 3 years maybe. I think I got it in 2018. I experimented with turning the loft sleeve up and down. I also, when I got that, I was really battling a slice a few years ago. So I cut that driver down when I first bought it new, close to an inch. So last summer, as you guys saw, I picked this driver up. This is the original RBZ. So this is from 2012, the white RBZ. A lot of people used to play these. Some of them maybe you still play it. This was a 9.5, or it is a 9.5 degree driver. I have it turned up. This is a slightly different loft sleeve on it. I don't know if this is a, it was more of a custom one. The new driver that I got is adjustable by 2 degrees, and the old one was too. This one was only adjustable by 1 degree. So this is a 9.5 degree driver. I have it turned up 1 degree, so it's playing 10.5, which for you TaylorMade people out there, I know some of the manufacturers are a little bit different, but for every 1 degree you turn it up, it closes the face 2 degrees. So helps me keep the ball from fading or slicing too much and keep me a little bit straighter. Helped me turn the ball over a little bit left to right. This is standard length, and as you guys have seen, the grip has seen better days on this driver. Doesn't really matter a whole lot for me because I wear 2 gloves anyway, so I knew this going into it. I saw the pictures of the grip before I bought this thing, but I figured it was time for an upgrade with the now 11-year-old technology in this driver, it being 2023 now. I figured I'm probably leaving some ball speed and some forgiveness and distance on the table. So like I mentioned, this is a standard length. I believe this is 40 when I bought it. I have to problem is I got this at Second Swing and they delete the listing and you can't really go back and see the specs that you got it after. But this is a standard length driver. It's either 45.5 or 45 3/4. This is the Pro Launch Blue Graphalloy shaft. It is 60 grams or 65 grams rather, stiff flex, which I have liked this. It's performed pretty well for a 11-year-old, 10-year-old driver when I was using it last year, but again, figured it was a little bit time for an upgrade. So going from this, what I did was I purchased a new driver. So I was kind of thinking of how to word this. What I did was I essentially, if you guys are familiar with the phrase of buying more house than you can afford, kind of along those lines, I bought kind of more driver than I can currently handle. But with all the things that I've planned with my swing this year, specifically driver swing, I thought this would be a good option. So as you can see, I have 2 shafts. I actually switch it out. So with this driver, before I do the big reveal for the big dog here, the driver came with a Hazardous Smoke RDX black shaft. This is 70 grams, 6.5 flex, extra stiff. So this is a low launch, low spin shaft. I was hitting it. I was able to hit it. I think right now, because of the cold weather, I wasn't getting as good of results as I will see eventually when I do. I plan on doing months and months of swing speed training to get my distance even further, and I think by the time the summer comes around where I'm out here in shorts and a short sleeve shirt when it's like 85, 90 degrees out, I think I'll be swinging quicker, so I may end up switching back to this. But what I did is I tested this shaft. Unfortunately, I couldn't switch out the other shaft that you guys saw in the RBZ original one. I think that was like a slightly different tip on it, but I switched out this one. I had the one that came with it, I had my old shaft, which was a 55-gram stiff flex in the RBZ black driver, which was also cut down a little bit. This one was standard length, again, 45.5, 45 3/4, whatever it was. But I came out here, did a good amount of testing, hit tons of balls, and what I ended up doing for the big reveal is switching to a extra 3-wood shaft I had lying around. So this is the Fujikura Pro 73-gram stiff flex shaft. This is a 3-wood, so this is cut down about an inch. It's kind of tough to measure exactly, but it was right around 3/4 of an inch, an inch shorter. So if you guys didn't know, the standard driver length that comes on shelf that a lot of the manufacturers sell are right around, like I mentioned with the other two shafts, 45.5, 45 3/4. And if you look it up, the actual PGA Tour average for the driver length is almost an inch shorter. So I believe the manufacturers do that because you can get more distance out of the longer shaft, you can generate more speed, but it's not going to be as consistent. So it makes sense why the pros cut it down a little bit. So after a lot of testing, I ended up switching out to this one, and I was getting just about the same distances, but a whole lot more accuracy and consistency with this driver, with the shaft, the Fujikura 3-wood shaft in it. So I'm really liking this so far. I'm going to stick with this for the next couple months, and then eventually, like I mentioned, with the swing speed training and the warmer weather, I'll probably work my way up to that extra stiff shaft. And once the weather is right for it and my swing speed creeps up even more. But as for the big reveal, we'll get the thumbnail here. I went with, dun 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 dun, drum roll, the TaylorMade Sim 2 driver. So let me put my head cover over here. Again, it came with that RDX Smoke, the hazardous black shaft that was the extra stiff. Again, a little bit too much for me to handle right now. I mean, I can still swing it, it's just probably not perfectly fit for me. This 3-wood shaft in the stiff flex, that's actually 3 grams heavier, but the different kick points and whatnot, and the little bit more flex in the shaft has been giving me some pretty good results. But again, TaylorMade Sim 2, I went with an 8-degree driver head, so again, similar to buying more house than I can afford. This is probably a little bit low. If I went in to do like an actual fitting, they probably wouldn't put me in an 8-degree driver head, but I'm really searching for some consistency, not only with the 3-wood shaft. I think this driver head has so far been a lot more forgiving from what I can tell, and a lot more distance with higher ball speeds compared to obviously the 11-year-old driver. But 8-degree head, I have it turned up. This one is adjustable by 2 degrees, so I have it turned up all the way to the higher setting, so up 2 degrees, which is playing 10 degrees. And again, for every 1 degree, or in this case 2 degrees, I increased it. It actually has the face shut by 4 degrees. So definitely draw based in this setting. I'm really liking it so far. Very, very good looking driver. I would go out as far to say this may be the best looking driver in my opinion on the market. I know the Stealth is out. I didn't want to go and buy brand new stuff. This came out in 2021, so a couple years older, but because of that the price reflected it, so I got a pretty good deal on it, but really liking it so far. So what I'm going to do is hit only about 10 driver shots just for the big reveal. This is going to be a relatively short video. I know I've been talking a lot, but I am going to hit some balls, and then I have a pretty fun video planned after this, so I kind of want to save some of my swings. But that's the big reveal. I'm hoping this is going to be a good driver, keep this in the bag, obviously this year, and then for a couple years to come. I'm kind of the person that, same thing with my irons, all my clubs, I buy them and use them for a good at least 3 to 5 years, if not even longer. So plan on keeping this in the bag for a while, and as the weather gets warmer and my swing speed increases and I work on my technique and my overall swing in general, I plan on switching out the shafts, probably leaving it at the 8 degrees turned up to 10, and then start with that, with the extra stiff shaft in there that's a little bit longer. Should see even better distance results with that. And then eventually, as I straighten out my ball flight, work on my club path, and dial in that consistently, slowly but surely work this back down towards the standard settings at 8 degrees, and maybe even possibly going a little bit lower. So really searching for the distance, but I figured if I'm going to spend the money, might as well get something that I ultimately am going to work my way up to and what I want, versus maybe buying a 9, 9.5, and then a couple years down the road wishing that I would have got the 8 and the extra stiff, etc. So we're going to hit a couple balls, just show you guys what I've been seeing so far. Haven't played in a week because I've been sick, and it's a little bit cold, so I hit a couple wedges and some 9-irons and pitching wedges before. Haven't swung driver in about a week, so this should be interesting. And one final note before I go in, smash a couple drives. You guys have seen me back here. I don't know if these are picking up in camera, but these stupid plastic tees that I bought 2 bags of now. I've gone through almost 700 of these plastic tees. I finally made the wiser decision to get some rubber ones. So these are pretty much standard driving range tees that you would see if you go to the course. 3 different lengths. These were like $4 on Amazon for 3 of them. I got 2 packs. But I'm really liking these. I mainly bought these because I played around a couple weeks ago. This is still, everything's still completely frozen here, but the ground was so frozen on course. We had one of these rare, it was in the 50s, but beforehand it was still really cold out, so you literally couldn't get a tee into the ground because everything was frozen. So I bought those mainly for that. You can just plop it down and hit right off of here. And believe it or not, I looked it up, and there's nothing illegal about using these. There's no rules in the USGA or any of those governing boards saying that you can't use rubber tees as long as they're below 4 inches. And this highest one is 3 inches and 3 3/4, so 3.75 inches. So I may end up using these on course. You'll see maybe some videos of me using these on course, but I'm liking them out here. They don't break. I can just keep reusing them, hitting them over and over again, and for $4, pretty hard to go wrong. So that's what we're doing. Gonna go ahead and smash a couple drives, see what you guys can be looking forward to out of my driver performance. Hopefully I can get off to a good start with a decent swing here, but just on the driving range, I have it set up to total distance, total carry, and the total deviation. Eventually, I plan on doing a whole series of swing speed training, so you guys will see that, and I'll switch around some of those metrics. But without further ado, brand new, or new to me, new in the bag, Sim 2 driver, 8 degrees, turned up to 10, Fujikura 3-wood shaft, Pro, 73 grams, stiff flex. Here we go. Oh, that was low and left. But as you can see there, obviously pretty terrible shot dispersion wise, but ball speed, I can tell this thing is a lot hotter, as you would assume from 10 years worth of technology. That was 269 total, 248 carry. I was out here, I got kind of frustrated. I went out on course and I used the original shaft it came with, and I wasn't hitting it great. I had a couple where I just hit ground balls off the tee, probably just a little bit too stiff a flex for me right now. So I came out here literally the day after being frustrated, and hit hundreds of shots. And I was seeing pretty much, after I got this thing dialed in, I got some pretty close to 300, a good amount in the 280s, 290s. And what I was seeing, generally speaking, was anything between 260 and 280. And pretty much right down the middle. That one wasn't great, but let's see if we can straighten one out. Oh, that one was right. But just the sound of it, I love the deader sound of the carbon. It's pretty great. That one was only 9 yards right, but as you can see there, 284. Not too shabby after not hitting driver for about a week because I've been sick. And again, side spin, generally speaking, is just down in Home Tee Hero with the Garmin compared to what it's like in real life. So even if you assume it's double, that one had it 9 yards right. Realistically, that was probably closer to like 20 yards right, which would probably be in the rough somewhere. But if I can get this anywhere between, again, 260, 280 for this colder temperature right now, where my swing's at, and have anything between 0 and 10 yards left to right, that's a pretty good distance-wise fairway finder, in my opinion, off the tee. Get a couple more swings in here, see if I can actually hit one straight. That was left. Got those military golf misses, left, right, left, right, left. But as you can see, distance is still there. 282, 19 yards left. Still haven't really even caught one great yet, but oh, that's what I was doing on course, and that one didn't even pick up because it was so bad. I had a couple of those on course and I was getting frustrated. Obviously more of my swing than the driver, but that was right off the bottom of the club. Gotta try to hit up on this more. Obviously you could imagine with an 8-degree driver, it's turned up so not as much, but I really gotta focus on getting my attack angle and hitting up on the ball even more to get this thing started. Not as much with this shaft, but definitely I could tell with the extra stiff hazardous smoke shaft, I had to hit up on it a good amount. And it's just like, compared to the 65 gram shaft that I had in my old driver, and then even this, it almost feels, obviously as you would expect, more of a stiff board-like feel with the extra stiff. But all right, that was a little bit better. But kind of what I'm talking about distance-wise. Still not dispersion. Kind of expected this coming out. I didn't think I was going to be striping it, but 28 yards left, that's pretty far. But that's the draw-based kind of result of having it turned up 2 degrees. But 281, 270 in the air, I would take that all day long if I could hit it just a little bit straighter than I currently am. Still left. All right, how many swings was that? That was 6. We'll hit a couple more. I want to hit one right around 275, but anything 0 to 10 yards, either left or right. And then we'll call it a day. And I have another video, like I mentioned, I want to record after this, which is going to be all driver. So it'll make sense once you guys see that. I'm going to put this video out first, but pulling them left. Getting there. Still good distance, 15 yards left. I got to start it a little more right if I'm going to be drawing them. Still left. That was off the heel. Jeez. Well, at least the distance is there. This is getting a little frustrating dispersion-wise. That one I felt like I started right and went even further left. All right, that's 2 now. That's been the miss with this thing. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm swinging up on it too much, not swinging up on it enough. I'm not sure, but I've been catching a good amount on that lower portion, which I used to not do. 150 yards, that's not what we want. That was lower launch, but that was at least a little straighter. Still low on the club face, but that was a little bit better dispersion wise. What we're looking for, 10 yards left, 254. Got to add about 20 yards to that, but come on. 275 down the middle. That was right, but all right, we'll end it on that. But pretty excited about this club. I'm looking forward to really working on my swing and eventually, like I mentioned, working my way up to pretty standard settings on the 8 degrees. I should, if I can hit up on it enough, see some even more distance. Probably my goal is this year to be right around 300 for my standard kind of driver swing on course. Got some work to do with the swing speed to get there. Got some definitely work to do with, as you guys just saw, consistency wise to get there. To doesn't matter if you can hit it 300, 320 if it's in the woods every time. So definitely got to dial in my swing consistency wise, but that's kind of the deal. Pretty excited about it, pretty happy about the performance. Got a good deal on it again, so can't go wrong. Huge fan of TaylorMade products in general. My entire bag at this point is pretty much TaylorMade besides my 3 wedges. So driver, hybrids, 3-wood, my irons, and now my putter is TaylorMade. So big fan of TaylorMade. If you guys, any of you TaylorMade people out there are watching, would love to test out any products that you could possibly send my way. But that's what I have. So I'm gonna try to loosen up, get a little bit better driver swings, and be on the lookout. This will probably be the video right before the next one, which I think will be pretty fun to see. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below what you think of my purchase. If you think I'm crazy for getting an 8-degree driver head with an extra stiff shaft based on how I swing it. But let me know what you guys swing. Let me know what's in your bag for your driver if you're looking to upgrade, and maybe if you currently play this, how you like it. So that's what I have. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.